All right, so in this video, we're checking out this new battery from iFlight, the FULLSEND X 4400 milliamp hour 6S battery. So just kind of a background here on this battery. It's not intended for the quad that I tested it on. It's I flew it on the Chimera 7. You can fly it on the Chimera 7, but it was not. This battery was not made with that particular quad in mind, so it's not the best use case in terms of testing. This battery was designed or intended to be used with the Taurus X8, which is a very large cinelifter. I think it has 8 motors, 10-inch props, and it's designed to carry DSLR cameras, hence the name cinelifter. Very different use case, much larger quad, different sort of profile in terms of power usage. And I don't have that quad obviously, so I couldn't test it. And the best I could do is just try it out on the Chimera 7 to see what kind of flight time I can get. But for this particular battery, I don't think I would recommend it for using with the Chimera 7 because it is very heavy. Barely fits on the Chimera 7, by the way. It barely fits between the back of the XT60 and the GoPro mount. Also, the battery uses an XT90 connector, which is right here, and I had to use a converter, XT90 to XT60 converter, to use it on the Chimera 7. So those are a few of the downsides on this battery. It's very heavy. It's 685 grams, so very large. I'll put the dimensions up here on the screen as well, and 685 grams is huge. So I put a posting of this battery up on my Instagram, I don't know, maybe a week ago when it first came in, and I sort of asked the question, what kind of flight time you think this will get? I set the over-under to around 25 minutes, and that's based on the fact that I flew the same Chimera 7 with this Outline 3300 milliamp hour 6S, significantly smaller battery and lighter. So it is smaller and lighter, as you can see here. 433.5 grams for the 3300, and I did a video on this flight time for a test on this one. It was around 19-20 minutes, I believe. I'll link that video up here in the corner. You guys can check it out. Basically just flew it around circles, which I did the same test basically with the larger 4400 milliamp hour battery. So, but based on the fact that I'm on the lighter 3300, I got about 19 to 20 minutes. I was setting the bar around 25 minutes. I'm thinking, I think it will get more flight time because obviously it's got 1100 more milliamp hours, but significantly more weight to carry around. So there, you sort of hit that point of diminishing returns, right? You don't get a linear return on more energy or more weight that you're carrying around doesn't necessarily yield the same amount of flight time. And that turned out to be true. So I did the same boring test. I'm not going to, I'll show you a little bit of this sped up footage here. Flying around in circles, just to basically burn the battery off. Simulating, just kind of a cruising type of flight with the Chimera 7. Don't think you'll be doing any kind of racing or freestyle with this 685 gram battery on the Chimera 7. So, people that are going to ask me for that kind of ridiculous test, don't think you're going to get that from me or anybody else because this is not a good use case for that. But if you're just cruising around, which is, kind of what the Chimera 7 is kind of built for, is just, doing like long flights and cruising around, long range, etc. Just simulating that, kind of just going around circles. I got roughly 26 minutes, so just a little bit over. Now, I did land a couple times, so I think the flight time could have been a little bit longer if I didn't land, just because I got tired. 26 minutes is a really long time. So this is 26 minutes of actual in-air time, not counting the time that I landed. I think I took a 1-minute break 2 times. And so if you're going continuously, you could probably go to maybe 27 or 28 minutes. Plus, I only drained the battery to, it was based on the voltage tag, it was around 3.2 volts, which is pretty low for a lithium polymer or Lipo battery. I don't recommend going that low. So realistically, I think around 25 minutes was about right. I think that's when you probably want to land. You can push it. But yeah, I don't recommend doing that. Now, given the fact that, you're not getting that much more flight time and you're carrying a lot of extra weight, I think, as some people suggested, this going to a larger Lipo battery is not what you want to do for the Chimera 7. Again, this battery was intended for the Taurus X8, so I don't know how that will perform on that particular quad. I'm sure that they designed this battery for that particular quad in mind because it has better internal resistance, has better voltage sag numbers than the Outline battery here, which is more intended for the Chimera 7. So obviously they got the XD90 on here. It's intended for more of a current draw than the other smaller 3300 battery here. So in terms of performance, this battery is a good performer. I don't think it's got any issues with in terms of voltage sag or drawing out the current from this battery, at least on the Chimera 7, which I think is intended to be used on something like the Taurus X8, which is going to actually be drawing a lot more power. I think that on the Chimera 7, you're going to want to go with instead the lithium ion pack. It's a 21700 6S1P pack, 4,000 milliamp hours, but it weighs the same as this 3,300 milliamp hour Lipo, so around 433 grams. And you can discharge that to a lower voltage as well. So you can go to about 3 volts per cell on the lithium ion, no problem, whereas you can't do that on the lithium polymer packs, the Lipo packs. So that, again, I don't have that battery. I'd love to test that one out at some point, but I'm thinking that's going to give you better bang for the buck. And I think it's a cheaper battery as well. You're going to get probably, for 4,000 milliamp hours and be able to drain that battery. Also being lighter, you're gonna, I'm pretty sure, and those of you that have the battery on the Chimera 7, let me know down in the comments below. Pretty sure you're going to be able to get close to 30 minutes on that 21700 pack. Let me know if I'm mistaken on that assumption or not, but that's my guess. Because of the, basically it's lithium ion, you can go to lower pack voltage, and it weighs the same as this 3300. So that's about it for this video. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What battery would you use on the Chimera 7 if you wanted to go 30-minute flight? I'm thinking that 21700 lithium ion pack is probably the way to go. But if you have a different pack that you would suggest, let me know down in the comments below. That's going to do it for today's video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.